Hello and welcome to today's presentation on how to use Facebook to dramatically grow your HVAC, plumbing, or energy business. My name is Brett Lewis and I want to thank you for attending this session. I just want to give you a little bit of background of L4 Group and who I am. Basically, I founded L4 Group in 2007, and today we specialize in digital marketing specifically for the contracting niches and more specifically HVAC, plumbing, and energy services. A little bit about myself. I have a background in economics and mechanical engineering, degrees in both of those fields. I actually used to work as a computer programmer in a major Fortune 100 company, and I have bought, rehab, and sold over 100 residential and commercial buildings. So my computer programming background and my real estate background with flipping houses, I was able to marry those two things together and provide some great digital marketing services for construction niches and companies in those spaces. So L4 Group, above and beyond Facebook, we do regular search engine optimization, we do website design, and by the way, you'll see some actual client stuff where I have grayed out the client information just to protect their websites or their Facebook pages. So that's what you'll see, these little gray boxes sometimes. But we do website design, we do things like press releases and so on and so forth. Now, that's enough about me. You're not here to learn about me. Now, what are you going to learn during this presentation? Well, you're going to find out why Facebook is such a great platform for, especially a great platform for marketing your company. I'm going to give you 18 posting ideas for publishing content to your Facebook pages. I'm going to show you how to leverage Facebook in the sense of how to advertise to gain more customers, and I'm going to give you some insider tricks on how to stay in front of your target audience. And I also want to take this moment to tell you, stick around until the end, and I've got a special free giveaway that we're going to give all the attendees at the end of this webinar. And it is something that you can put into your business and start using immediately, and you're going to see some great returns on that. And you'll get that for free. Now, I do have a confession to make. I have an advantage over most. I've been involved in Facebook marketing right from the start, right? Pretty much when Facebook started. Now, that's not to say that you can't overcome that advantage that I have, and that's why I'm here. I'm here to show you exactly some of the things that we do in our business for our clients. And at this point, I also want to tell you that I wouldn't be a great marketer if I didn't tell you right up front. I'm going to have something to sell to you at the end of this webinar as well, but trust me, it will be painless, and if you want to take me up on it, great, and if not, that's great too. Okay, so let's go over some house rules. What I'm going to show you here is not any kind of get-rich-quick scheme. This is not the type of thing where you do nothing and you just magically get more customers. That's not what we're doing. No fake experts here. Okay, we do this day in and day out for our clients, and we get great results for them. Now, I also want to point out that my results aren't remotely typical. Okay. And I'm going to show you some numbers from actual campaigns that we have run, and these are for illustrative purposes, okay? Don't take my numbers as a promise or some kind of prediction of what you can do on your own. I just want to be very upfront and clear with that. I'm not saying that you can't obtain them, but I don't want you to misconstrue this in saying that you are absolutely going to get the same results that we get. Okay, so let's jump into some just snapshots of some results that we've obtained. This is a picture of new contacts that we've brought into an HVAC company located in New Jersey on a campaign that we ran for 30 days. Brand new contacts for that particular company. This is another one we ran for 25 days, a different company in New Jersey. We obtained 136 contacts on that one. This is a view of page followers that we've increased over time. We've generated almost a 40% increase, and that was an increase this year over a page that we had already been working on the year prior. So we beat our prior year's followers, or we increased it 40%, year over year, basically. Now, just real quick before we get into some of the meat of this, what industries are spending money on digital? And you can see here, I'm going to move my mouse. The marketing niche is spending over 60%. But look at this, building and construction is right at 60%. They are, and so the niche that you're in is one of the niches that's spending a lot of money in digital marketing spaces. Now, the other thing I want to point out is trends and where we're going with Facebook, our social media marketing and other types of marketing as well. And here you can see 2017 budget plans for marketing. Social media is at the top in the question of, are you going to increase or decrease your social media marketing? So social media marketing is right at the top of that. Right behind it is content marketing, which would be blogging, things of that nature. Video advertising is 50%. That's still growing. Lead generation, and so on. If you look all the way down at the bottom, paid search, pay-per-click is down near the bottom. Affiliate marketing is at the very bottom. Okay, social media marketing is growing and it's continuing to grow. So why is that? Well, one of the things is Facebook alone is huge. I mean, it's got over 2 billion active users in June of 2017. And that represents a 17% increase over the year prior. And this was interesting. I wanted to put this in here. If Facebook were a country, it would be bigger than China. It would be the biggest country in the world. So tons of people that are on Facebook. The other thing that's great about Facebook is the ability to understand your market. Okay. This statistic here is just showing you 69% of all females and 67% of all males in the United States are on Facebook. Okay, and I took a screenshot of one of our clients' fan pages, and you can see in this particular client's fan page, they have pretty much a 50-50 split between female and male. But if you look at the age brackets, you really get to hone in on where your core demographics are. For in this case, this particular company is in Connecticut, and they have a pretty high percentage of females between 45 and 54, and they have a large percentage of males 25 to 35. Okay, so you might look into this and say, okay, well, now I've got a little bit of insight as to who to market to and where to spend my money. Here's a view of another company that has a little bit different split. This happens to be a company in Pennsylvania, and here they have almost a 2/3, 1/3 split between female and males. And if you look at the age bracket, 35 to 55 is their core demo. Okay, both on the female and the male side. So again, now you can hone in on making some smarter decisions on where to spend some ad dollars, especially within Facebook, and how to target things in Facebook. Now, just another thing too, Facebook is not the only social media platform that's out there. Obviously, you've got Twitter, Pinterest, tons of other platforms that are out there. But when you ask marketers, almost 50% of them tout Facebook as being critical or important to their business. And I would have to concur with that. We have tremendous success by marketing campaigns in Facebook, and sometimes Facebook only. Okay, so first thing is you need a Facebook fan page. So if you have one, great. And this, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this. If you don't have a Facebook fan page, the first thing you have to do is go create a page. You would go here within Facebook, and you would create a local business or place, or some people opt to create a company. Really doesn't matter, as long as you do one of these. And then you go through the prompts of creating your fan page. I am not going to go through that in this webinar. That's not the purpose of this webinar. I want to get to some of the good stuff. So now let's talk about how to, now I'm assuming that you have a fan page and you know how to post content to the fan page. You do not want to continually tout your own company and beat your own drum. You got to stop talking about yourself or stop talking about your company all the time. That is a good way of not, of how to not use Facebook correctly. Okay, so I've got some examples here. Now, I took this off of a page that I saw out on Facebook, and I took these screenshots of posts that they've done just within a single month's time frame, and all the posts are like this one here is touting their own company. We're nice and cool. Are you? Call us. Beat the heat. Blah blah blah. And then the other posts that I found for that month or that 30-day time span, they were doing what I call brand share posts. So they're obviously an American Standard dealer, and in this case, they just shared a post from American Standard without any comments. This other post here, the blue one, they shared an American Standard post and they just said platinum. Now, what the heck does a customer think about that? I just want you to think about this. If you are a customer of this particular company and they see this and they see platinum, what does that mean to them? I know what it means to the dealer, okay, but the customer doesn't know that. And then here's another one where, again, all they did was just a share of a post. They didn't put any commentary. They're not doing things like adding hashtags, call to actions, none of that kind of stuff. The other thing, too, is I took a look at, how many people are following their page, and they have 235 people. It's a decent amount, but it's not great for a local, thriving HVAC company or a plumbing company. I would like to see higher numbers than this. And just talking about numbers like this, when we work with companies, we like to set milestones and then say, okay, well, if you're starting off with 235, we want to be able to hit 500, and then we want to hit 750 and 1,000, and then 1,500, and so on. It takes a long time to get that momentum going. But once you get going, you'll find that it's faster to hit from 750 to 1,000 than it was to go from 250 to 500. It's the same added 250 people, but you just get more momentum when you start building up the page and getting more activity. Now, here's an example of what not to do at a big national level. This is McDonald's. And they had a nice post here. They have a hashtag. They've got some emoji icons in here, and they're touting their, new sandwich. But, and I don't know if you can read this or not, but they got some negative comments. And then the response back from McDonald's was very corporate and robotic. Basically, I'm going to read it. Hi, we're really sorry to hear about this. Can you provide the location in this link so we can address this issue? They're asking the consumer to click a link and go provide content on a complaint that the consumer made, instead of reaching out to the consumer in a one-on-one fashion. So this is what not to do. Okay, don't treat your Facebook fan page as a big corporation. Be personal. If you get comments, respond back in a personal nature. Okay, this was another negative comment, and below it said, hi, can you call 1-800 blah, 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 and let them know what happened. Thank you. Let them know, not, hey, let us know, but better yet, instead of asking them to call you, why don't you say, reach out to them and say, hey, we'd love to talk to you. Is it okay if we private message you on Facebook? Things of that nature. So that's what not to do, just a couple of examples. Now, I'm going to run through 18 content ideas for you to post to your fan page. And these are ideas you can start running with these things. As soon as you're done with this webinar, you can start posting stuff out like this on your page and set up your calendar, your publishing calendar. So number one, give your tips, give helpful tips to your audience. Okay. Make the posts not just about you. And this is an example of one where we did some cleaning tips, 10 best cleaning tips. Here's another one. Post some stuff about your local community. In this case, there was the Beach Boys were coming to play at a local venue, and we published the information here. Another one, highlights of employees. This happens to be a video. I can't play the video here, but essentially this was a video of an employee at an event. Here is another one, product brand information. I like to do these, especially for our clients that get co-op ad spend. you can qualify for some co-op ad spend here by sharing things like this dealer happens to be a Bryant dealer, and we publish some stuff out, on where we take the Facebook posts from the brand and then we do a share. But you notice we don't just share it and leave it at that. We add a little bit of text. Like in this case, we added some text. Amazon Alexa is now compatible with Bryant Evolution. And this particular post happened to follow, we were doing an Alexa giveaway campaign. So this kind of went hand in hand with some other posts that we did. Here's another idea, home and garden tips. Okay, so think about this. Your audience is going to largely be homeowners and people who are interested in home and garden type things. So give them what they're looking for. And in this case, we were giving away some gardening tips. It happened to be a post that was done in May. Recipes are another great one. We like to do Foodie Fridays. This one happens to be hashtag Taco Tuesday, and it was talking about Choco Taco, homemade Choco Tacos. But people love to see these posts go out. Another one that they really like is Throwback Thursdays. This Throwback Thursday concept we've been doing for quite some time, and I actually have gotten feedback where people are saying, oh, I was wondering what you were going to post on your Throwback Thursday. I was curious to see what was coming up. In this case, we did a Throwback Thursday that had nothing at all to do with HVAC, plumbing, energy, any of that stuff, but it was just a fun Throwback Thursday post. Okay, and your audience really likes that. Did you know styled posts are another good one. This particular one was for an HVAC company, and this post had to do about how houses were cooled before air conditioning. And it got some good traction. Here's another one, trivia posts. Again, this is another thing that people like. You throw out a question on one day and then give them the answer later in the day or the next day. This one was actually talking about which 1990s cult TV show featuring David Duchovny and Gillian Anderson was revived in 2016. The answer was The X-Files, and we published that afterwards. So here is another one, publishing reviews. So now we're starting to get a little bit more self-promotional, but publishing a review is okay as long as you don't overdo it. Case studies. Now, again, we're talking a little bit more about the particular company, but in this case, we created some case studies on the client's website and highlighted some of the work that we did, and then we're promoting that case study in Facebook. And I'll talk about some ads and how to leverage Facebook, to gain more traction. But this is a great post to be able to then, boost in Facebook for additional traction using Facebook ads. Niche relevant jokes. Now, while we're on this topic, okay, some do's and don'ts. Posting jokes is okay. Just keep them, clean and keep them, somewhat on topic. Like this case, if you can't read the text, it's here's your HVAC joke. Question: why did the AC compressor sweat? Answer: because it had to run all day. Hashtag HVAC, hashtag jokes. Okay. So, that, again, these types of things get some good traction. People like these. We throw them in every now and then with our publishing for our clients. And, but some things to stay away from when you're posting. Stay away from religious topics, from political topics, and from racy type stuff. So it can backfire on you. You might have good intentions in what you're posting, and yet somebody construes it a little bit differently. So you got to be careful with the type of content that you're putting out there. Now, let's keep going. Giveaway promotions. We run giveaway promotions quite often. In this case, we were giving away a Mitsubishi ductless heating and cooling system, and it's a great method to get out in front of people and build up a not just a fan base within Facebook, but also build up a nice email list to be able to market to. This is another thing is a special days of the year. So now I'm getting away from the promotional, the self-promoting again. And this is something, look, every day of the year is a special day in one way or another. It happens that August 3rd of this year was National Watermelon Day. And in addition to the special day, we also added a little bit of FYI fact in here that the heaviest watermelon recorded at the Guinness Book of World Records was weighed at 350.5 pounds in 2013. So, just kind of have fun with some of the content that you're putting out there. Holiday posts. We publish holiday posts, for all the major holidays. It's a good idea to do that. Sometimes it's a good idea to post some holiday content before or after the holidays. So things like Thanksgiving, you might want to post a couple weeks leading up to Thanksgiving. Hey, now's the time to start shopping for your Thanksgiving feast if you're hosting this year. That kind of thing. And then post Thanksgiving, hey, here's some great recipes for your leftover Thanksgiving food. Okay. Humorous memes. A meme is basically a picture that then has a caption on it. And this meme, the photo, when you expand on the photo, it has some more text at the bottom. But basically, it's a picture of a bear on a deck that's looking inside a window. So we took this and applied it to a HVAC concept. And where the bear's basically saying, dang, it's hot out here and you look so cool. And then underneath it says, let me in to cool off, something like that. So that's we create these types of memes, and these things, again, have great traction. Blog posts, that's another one where, look, if you are active with your blog, and you should be, by the way, for other reasons, and not just because we like to, have you guys write stuff, or not because we like to write for our clients, but you want to do blogging for a variety of SEO reasons, and I'm not going to get into that in this webinar, but assuming that you are active blogging, then you also want to drive traffic to your blog from Facebook, and you could do it in this sense here. And then the last thing here is sales and offers. So this is where I have this asterisk. You don't want to constantly be putting sales pieces out on Facebook all the time, or offers and driving people to hey, stop by. We're offering $125 off. Blah blah blah. It's okay to put it out there occasionally. It's great when you can interject sales and special offers into all these other elements that you've got going on. So now, if you've been following along and you just want to take a screenshot of the 18 post types that I went through real quick, I'm going to leave the screen up for you for a minute so you can take that screenshot. And I think that's enough time. So hopefully you got through that. Now, the next thing I want to get into is the frequency of posting. Okay, this is a question that we get quite often. And, basically I like to say that posting 1 to 2 times a day for your business is a good frequency. You don't want to post a whole bunch of stuff. I mean, what will happen is you're just going to run out of steam and you're not going to continue to post. You don't want to go less than this because you want to keep out there. You want to stay out there in front of people, and especially if you're posting good content, you're going to hit people and you're going to resonate with the different types of posts that you put out there. Now, the other thing I wanted to get into was advertising. So, we talked about, you creating a fan page. We talked about the type of content that you want to put on the page. Now, what about advertising it and taking it to the next level? So, a lot of people ask me, what's better, Google, pay-per-click, or Facebook ads? And it's really measuring two different animals. Google pay-per-click is a platform where someone is specifically typing in a search query, and there's an intent behind that. So, for instance, they have a clogged toilet, so they're looking for clogged toilet plumbing repairs near me. Plumber for clogged toilets in fill in the city and state. they are specifically searching for that, and there's a need for that right there and then. Facebook ads, let's face it, nobody's going to Facebook if they have a clogged toilet or if they have a broken air conditioner or a broken heater. They're not going to Facebook to specifically search for a company. I mean, some people do. Some people will do a search, but most people are just going to go right to Google. That's the majority of that type of intent-based search. What Facebook is good for is being top of mind aware. Okay, so somebody is shopping. It's not an emergency situation. They're shopping around and they keep seeing your brand out there. And when it comes time to them for them to pull the trigger on what they're buying, you're the guy that they come to. That is, a good reason to advertise on Facebook. Another one is what I call disruptive advertising. So people go to Facebook, they're scrolling through their feed, and then they see an ad that for your company, and it resonates with them enough so that they stop what they're doing and they click on that ad, and then you've got them, in your funnel, essentially. So that's really the difference between Facebook and Google. I advocate that you do both if you have the budget. Okay. Now let's talk about budget. Just real quick, the U.S. Small Business Administration recommends spending 7 to 8% of your net revenue on marketing. So if your net is around $1 million, if you're netting $1 million, you're going to be spending about $70,000 in advertising. Now, what I want to put your minds at ease here is that with Facebook ads, you don't need to spend that much money. My bigger spenders over the course of multiple years have spent, coming up on like say $30,000, $40,000 over multiple years. You do not need to spend big money in Facebook to make an impact. I want to make that very, very clear. You can get great traction with a $100 campaign. A $200 campaign. And look, if you have a good campaign and you're getting traction by spending $100, then it makes sense to scale that up to $500 or maybe $1,000, depending on what you're doing with that campaign. Okay, but I just want to make the point of Facebook ads are very cost effective, and if you compare it to Google pay-per-click, I have seen Google pay-per-click bids in the $30 a click, $40 a click, even in spaces like HVAC during the height of the season. I've seen for like white collar professional type spaces like DUI attorneys specifically, they're notorious for this. You'll see pay-per-click in some parts of the country that is over $500 a click. Okay, Google pay-per-click is very expensive, and it's very easy to blow a budget if you don't know what you're doing there. And if you compare that to Facebook, Facebook is much, much more affordable and is very effective. Now, what's another thing that you can do with Facebook? There's a handful of things that are really great. These are some insider tips here. You can create a custom audience in Facebook and then advertise to that custom audience. So you can do things like taking your email lists that of your customers, upload that to Facebook, create a custom audience with that, and then market to those people. Another great insider tip is to create a lookalike audience in Facebook. So if you have a certain audience for your fan page, let's say your fan page has been running for a couple of years and you've built up an audience, you can then market to people that look like your audience under the concept of the people that like your page are people that are doing business with you already, and then you want to target people that are similar to them in all the demographics that matter. Okay. Another great insider tip here, and this is one I want to give you on how to implement this right away, is to leverage retargeting. Okay. Now, this is the image that I have here. So what is retargeting? In the simplest form, okay, I want you to just follow this image. Some person visits your website And it doesn't matter how they got to your website. They could have gotten to it from a Google pay-per-click ad. They could have seen a van out in the street and they saw the URL, your web address, and they go there. Maybe they saw an advertisement someplace else. Maybe you're doing print ads. Maybe they just Googled your company name and your city. That's a very common search. ABC contractors in, Philadelphia, PA. And they come to your site that way. It doesn't matter how they get to your site, but they visit your site, and then by them visiting your site, something that's called a Facebook pixel is installed on your site, and that it gets cookied on their computer. And then they leave your site. Okay? At that point, they go out to Facebook. And I'm talking about Facebook specifically because this is Facebook retargeting. They go out to Facebook the next day, the next week. Okay, it doesn't matter. Within a certain time frame, they go out to Facebook and they're out there checking their grandkids' pictures, or they're checking their buddies fans wall, and they're looking at photos and all that kind of stuff. But as they're browsing through the news feed, your ad starts to pop up, and it's popping up at a pretty high frequency. It's because you're retargeting. You're targeting them because of the fact that they visited your website. I call it internet stalking. And if you have ever gone to a good online retailer, okay, so let's use let's say you go out and you're looking for some sneakers from Nike, okay, and they're doing retargeting. You'll start to notice Nike ads showing up everywhere you go on the internet. So Facebook is a great way to do some retargeting, and to retarget it strictly within the Facebook platform. And that is one of the most effective bang for your buck type advertising campaigns that you can pull off. So how do you do this? Well, it starts with being able to go in and grab the Facebook pixel. So you go into the ads manager in Facebook and you go to the pixels area. And then from there, you grab this. Now, don't be scared with all this gobbledygook. All you have to do is just copy and paste this. And then you paste it into every page of your website. And then once you've done that, you've installed the pixel code. And then you can go create the Facebook ad and then target the audience that gets generated from this pixel. So that was a lot of information in a very short time frame, and I'm trying not to go too long here. The last topic is I want to talk to you about is do-it-yourself versus outsourcing. So if you have somebody in-house, I just want to set your expectations, doing everything that I talked about at the frequency that I talked about, that takes a little bit of time. And roughly you're going to spend, by the time you source the content, you create the images, you create everything, get it ready to post, you post it, you monitor your Facebook page and do all that kind of stuff. You're looking at probably 2 to 3 hours a day. If you're going to be robust and stay on top of this and do it the right way. And especially if you add in there a little bit of advertising and you're monitoring the ads and doing all of that. So it really comes down to, what's your time worth? And do you do it yourself? Do you outsource it? Do you hire somebody? Look, if you're going to hire someone, you're probably looking at, if you bring someone in on a part-time basis, you're probably looking at about $15 an hour. And then you figure a little bit of labor overhead on top of that with workman's comp and, taxes and all of that. So you can do the math and figure out, how much that's really going to cost. And then on top of that, you got to train them. And you got to stay on top of what they're doing versus just outsourcing this to a company. So if you found what I've gone through helpful, I think you're really going to like my new Done For You Facebook marketing program, where you can basically rely on us to be your outsourcer and take care of all this for you. So what's included in this? It is 2 Facebook posts every day, Monday through Friday. If there's some special activities happening on weekends, we throw in extra posts and we'll publish there. Sometimes we post three posts a day, depending on what's going on. So, but at a minimum, you're getting 10 Facebook posts a day, Monday through Friday. 2 Facebook posts for 5 days. So that's 10 posts a week. We monitor your Facebook page for comments. Okay. If anything negative pops up, we will let you know. If it's minor things, we can handle, but we do guide you in what to do in sticky situations for sure. We've done things to the extent of we've had some companies that have had, one or two people that are just for whatever reason, I think it's more of a disgruntled employee. They start posting a lot of negative stuff on the page. We've gone as far as, being able to block those people from your page and just, handling your Facebook, page correctly. We optimize your fan page for you. And then we assist with the installation of the Facebook marketing pixel and get you set up on being able to do some retargeting marketing. So we do everything that we basically touched on in this webinar. And in addition to that, for people that do take me up on this offer, now we have some fast action bonuses, and those include if we look at your fan page cover image and it needs a little work, we will rework it for you free of charge. We'll redo your profile image if that needs work as well. If you have a Twitter account, we publish to your Twitter account in addition to your Facebook. And the way we handle that is we take your Facebook post and then we condense it down into the 140 character limitation for Twitter and publish that out as well. We will help you with 4 promoted posts in your first month. Now, I want a little caveat here. You see the asterisk. The ad spend is billed directly from Facebook, so that would be above and beyond our fees. And we work within your budget on that. So if you said, hey, you've got $5 per post to promote that, and we're doing 4 of them in the month, that's $20. Okay. We help with the creation of the advertisement graphic for your retargeting ad. So you have to, in addition to setting up the pixel, you have to create an ad that gets displayed. So we help with that. We create that for you. We kick off your retargeting campaign. We manage it in the first month. Again, the ad spend is above and beyond our fees. And then on top of that, we also are throwing in as fast action bonuses a complimentary website SEO review and strategy session that lasts a half an hour. We get on the phone with you after we've analyzed your website, spend a half an hour with you, and show you areas on your site that you can improve on. And then we're also throwing in a white paper that talks about how to build case studies to effectively pre-sell your customer base and to get maximum exposure on the internet. And then leveraging those case studies in a platform like Facebook to be able to then further boost them. So all of this, if you were to take all this information, all the costs and the value involved with everything, you're looking at almost $4,400. And before you faint, it's nowhere near $4,400. For people that are acting today, you get this for $500 a month. We handle all your Facebook stuff done for you. There is no contract for you to sign. This is a month-by-month thing. You try it out. And in fact, we're so confident in the services that we provide that we are going to give you the first month at half that cost. Basically, we are in the hole in that first month. We want you to try our services and be happy with what we do, and then continue to work with us, after that. So that we are definitely losing money on that first month with everything that we threw in here for you as a fast action bonus and at the cost that we're providing. Okay. If you were going to have somebody on your payroll do this for you and do it correctly, it will cost you more than $500 a month, hands down. So if you would like to take us up on this, then click the link below the, down at the bottom of the page here, and that will take you to the sign up page so that you can get going. And the extra bonus for sticking around is you're getting right now there's another link below the video here where you can download a white paper on reviews and how to effectively get reviews for your business and do it in the best possible manner. And that's our freebie for you for sticking to the end of this. Doesn't matter what you do. If you decide to go with this service or not, download that review page. It's many pages actually, and it will go through do's and don'ts of how to get reviews, how to handle reviews, if you get bad reviews, systems that you can put in place to really effectively boost your review activity online, because reviews are essential in today's digital marketing. So I hope you enjoyed this webinar. And please do take me up on this offer. I would love to do business with you. And if you have any questions, feel free to send them my way. Thanks. Take care.